How to create a purchase requisition in Banner. Log on to Banner and access the requisition form by typing in the form name in the Go To box. And add the %sign. Hit Enter. And you are now in the requisition form. To begin, type the word Next in the requisition box and Next block. Select a delivery date from the calendar. Select a ship to. In this case, this requisition is intended for the physics department. You can use the search box. Select the appropriate person, and the form will self-populate. The next step is to enter vendor information. Go to the next block. To search a vendor name, use the Entity Name ID search. Begin with the last name. Please note, this field is case sensitive. Add the %sign and execute the query. Hit Select and the form will self-populate. The next step is to select the appropriate discount code. Please note that Canisius College purchase requisitions are all net 45 days. Next block. This is the commodity and description. Please note that this field is only 50 characters wide, so it's a general description of the product or service being ordered. There will be an opportunity later in item text to add details. Add the unit of measure from the drop-down box. Add the quantity and the price, usually from the vendor's quote or proposal. Use the Tab key. The next step is to enter item text. Go to Options. From the drop-down box, select Item Text. Item text is an unlimited field used to describe the product or service details. Entering a period will create a space on the purchase order. Add the words tag for to identify who the product or service is intended for. When finished, hit the Save button close the item text form. The next step is to add document text. Document text is important transaction information or instructions for the vendor. Go to Options. From the drop-down box, select Document Text. It's important to add the fax number for the vendor at the top of the document text so that the controller's office will have this information when they create the purchase order and send it to the vendor. When complete with document text, hit the Save button and close the form. The next step is to add accounting information. Go to next block. You may enter the index directly in the index box or search using the search box. You may just use the scroll bar. The arrows. Select the appropriate index. The next step is to add the account information. Again, you can enter it directly into the account box or search the chart of accounts. You can enter a query, and from the account code, type in the number 8 with the % sign. This should bring up all the typical expense codes. You can scroll down to the appropriate code using the drag down device here. And when you find the appropriate expense code, select, and the form will self-populate. Use the Tab key until the focal line total populates. The next step is balancing completion. Go to next block, and before you select the complete button, be sure to write down the requisition number, as you may need to use this as a reference later on. The requisition is now completed and forwarded to the approver. Once the requisition is approved, a purchase order is created by the controller's office and faxed to the vendor.